Hello, everyone. This is Z. Welcome back to Unlocking Greatness with Zenja Glass. I want to talk today about do not fear bags of water. And I know that's an interesting title, but I'm going somewhere with this, so just follow me for a second. Again, do not fear bags of water. Are you guys aware that the human body is about 60% water? 60%. And in fact, when you look at the lungs and I think it's the kidneys and the brain, the muscles, that percentage of water is between 73 and 83% all water. So in essence, a huge portion of the human body is just water. So why do we fear naysayers and critics and live in fear of judgment? About what people think about us or what they're going to say or think. If you really think about it, they are just bags of water. So I kind of psych myself out a little bit. And I think I talked about this in my very first podcast episode that says, I think that title is, what are you going to do with the time you have left? I think I mentioned a little bit of this, but I want to talk about it a little bit more. When I'm in a situation where I'm afraid to make a move or even when it would start in this podcast, this is a prime example. Most people that know me know that my career is helping people find jobs, as a living. I've been a staffing agency owner for well over 20 something years. And I can't even count the amount of thousands, not hundreds, but thousands of people I've helped get jobs all over the United States over my almost 30 years in staffing. But I remember when I decided to start this podcast, really through a lot of prayer and spending time with God, one of the first things that came to my mind is, oh my goodness, what are people going to think? Here she is, a staffing agency owner. And even though I do a lot more than just running a staffing firm, I'll talk about that in a different episode. But I thought, what are my neighbors, my friends from high school? Now here I am almost 50 years old and I'm thinking through, what are my friends from high school going to think? What are my my employees, what are people going to think that I'm all of a sudden doing a podcast and I'm talking about, entrepreneurial things, but I'm also talking a lot about God and motivating and inspiring people. And this is literally what I do. I had to spend some time with God. For those of you who know me, I sit in my closet and I pray and I just talk to God. And I had to be reminded that, they're just bags of water. They're just bags of water. And then I had to remember one of my favorite passages. I think it's James chapter 4, verse 14, the New International Version. It says, it said something like, you're just a mist. We are all just a mist that just appears for a little while. And then we vanish. That's the truth. We're just a mist. We're here today and we're gone tomorrow. So when I am tempted to be afraid or to worry about what someone is going to think about, who is this lady talking about God in the Bible and in this podcast, what is this all about? I literally remind myself, wait a minute, hold on. I am not going to allow a bag of water to hold me back. A bag of water that actually is going to vanish one day soon anyway, just like all of us. So I literally say to myself, oh, that's right. They're just a bag of water. And I hope that resonates with you all, because what I'm getting at is the majority of the human body, a huge portion, is just water. And so that literally is how I kind of psych myself out. So you may be thinking, okay, well, why does this matter? Like, Z, where are you going with this? The reason why I want to talk about this topic is because I want you guys to think through when you are tempted to be fearful of taking bold steps, whether it's starting a company, writing a book, taking on another job, moving to another state, I don't know, whatever it is that God has put in your heart to do, whatever it be, starting a nonprofit. I mean, I can go on and on and on, going back to school, and so on. When you are on that path, and you are afraid to make those steps because you're thinking about what other people may say or think, what you are really saying to yourself, if you really think about it, and I can get all spiritual with some biblical passages, but I want to keep it really black and white. You are literally choosing to fear bags of water. As ridiculous as that sounds, you are literally choosing to be fearful of bags of water when you don't do the things that you know you need to do because you're so afraid of what someone's going to think. I want you to think about that for a moment. So what I'm hoping that you do is I'm hoping that you remember Ecclesiastes 5:18. That's one of my favorite passages, Ecclesiastes 5:18, because that's written by Solomon. And Solomon, as I said before, is one of those people that achieved everything in life you can possibly achieve. And he basically realized all of this is just a chasing after the wind. It's all meaningless. It's a great, really entire book of the Bible to read. It's only a couple chapters, and I love it. But in 5:18, he breaks it down, and he says, so I've decided that, and this is what Solomon said, there's nothing better for a man to do than to eat and drink. And I think he goes on to say, and to find satisfaction during his toilsome labor under the sun, during the few days of life that God has given him. Now, you may think, Z, why would you have me read that passage? That sounds kind of down. It sounds like he's just saying we only have a little bit of time left on this earth. So, find some happiness in what you do and enjoy those few days. Well, that is what he's saying. And I actually think it's pretty encouraging. And the reason why it encourages me is because when I am tempted to fear bags of water, when I'm tempted to fear, what other people think and their judgment and what they may say or whatever, I have to remind myself, wait a minute, Z, hold on. First of all, they're not paying my bills. That's one of the first things I say to myself. But after that, then I say to myself, wait a minute. I will not fear a bag of water. I will not let the opinions of others, naysayers, critics, and alike, I will not allow them to keep me from making a move. Even if I make what many would call the wrong move, or what I tried didn't work out, it's okay, because I tried it and I did what I felt God put in my heart to do. And so that passage in Ecclesiastes, what did I say? It was Ecclesiastes 5:18. It just kind of gives me a good, I don't know, it just gives me this good punch just to realize that, you know what? During these few days, and that's how the Bible talks, during these few days that God has given us, we need to pursue our dreams. We need to grow the seeds he's planted inside of us. We need to utilize this time because we're only here. We're just a mist. We're just here one day and we're gone the next. So the next time that you are tempted to be afraid, or you try to put off one more day of doing this, or starting that YouTube page, or starting that social media page, or putting your products out there on a website for sale or what have you, I literally want you to say to yourself, oh yeah, I remember hearing this podcast called Unlocking Greatness Podcast with Zenja Glass. And I remember this lady with this little afro was saying, do not fear bags of water. And I literally want you to picture in your mind bags of water standing in front of you that, by the way, are only a mist, here today and gone tomorrow. And I want you to say to yourself, I am not going to fear what a bag of water may think of me. So if you've not subscribed to this channel or to this page, I encourage you to do so. I have many more video podcasts that I'm producing. For those who are listening, I do want you to be aware that all of these podcasts are being video recorded and are being uploaded to my YouTube page, which is Unlocking Greatness Podcast. So I want to end this by saying, the purpose of this video was to help you to stop caring about what others think, to overcome your fear, to overcome the fear of judgment, and to stop being afraid of what others may think and say. And I just want you to remember that in Isaiah 54:17, which is a really, really short and important passage to me, that passage teaches us that no weapons formed against us will ever prosper. So if you're worried about, what these bags of water may attempt to do to harm you or to talk about you or to stop you or what have you, I want you to remember Isaiah 54:17 and say to yourself, wait. My Bible teaches me that no weapons formed against me will ever prosper. So there's nothing that a bag of water can do that's going to stop me from heading in the direction I want to go. So anyway, I hope that you guys are encouraged. I hope that this short little podcast has really lit something inside of you so that you can just stand up and say, you know what? I'm not letting any bag of water, I'm not letting any person and what they may think stop me in what I'm doing. I love you all. This is Z. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye. Hi, everyone. This is Z again. Do not forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification button. Bye-bye.